Morning. Today is June 19th. It's about 10:30 in the morning. Gonna check these hives. I'm about ready to be done with the flow. I think they're about done putting what they're gonna put in for June. They filled up. Last time I looked, they about filled up everything that I'd put on here for them to fill. So we're just gonna check it out real quick. I've got a swarm trap down there that needs to be moved over into another box, but just checking to make sure I can go ahead and pull this honey. They're still pretty busy. They've actually got probably a few more days to go that they can bring stuff in. But since they've got filled up what I've put on here, I'm going to go ahead and take it off, and then whatever they can store between now and wintertime, they can keep for themselves. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing, and be right back. All right, this one says on June the 6th they were working hard, which meant they were up in the super and working, but it wasn't necessarily filled. Let's see what they got now. Got a glued down lid. And they're not in here as much as they was. Got a little bit of darker nectar in there, but it ain't much. Working on this one a little heavier. I don't know, they're not working in here as hard as they was. I was hoping that would be full, and it's not, but it's all right. All right, this one says added a super on June the 6th, and it had 9 in that bottom super and 0 in the top. All right, it's got a little in the top, but not a lot. And that one ain't very full either, so maybe they don't have as much as I thought they did. That's why we check them. All right, this one just checking the second deep. 6-6, working hard. Yeah, I'm not seeing what I thought I'd see. This one says 6-6 had 5 and 2. Again, a lot of propolis, not much honey. All right, that box is mostly full. I can check this box here, just check a weight. Yeah, it's fairly full. My super, my smoker back. It's got some honey in it, quite a bit, but it's not looking like it's capped. Take this tall one here and see what it looks like. It had 8, 4, and 0 in the supers. It's got some weight to it, but I still got room. This one I added a shallow one on the 6. It's got some weight to it, but not a lot. So these hives down here don't have as much as I thought they did on it. Maybe it's just the other hives down there that had it. I'll go look at some of them. All right, this one had removed one super. Yeah, it was empty. And left 9 and 0 in these 2 supers. All right, that's the top supers got a little weight. The bottom supers mostly full. This box is full. I had 4 frames on 6.6. Mostly empty super on 6.6. Still mostly empty. So I ain't got as much as I thought. That one's full. 5.5, this says they were working hard. That super's full. All right, so we got some full supers, but there ain't as much as I thought there was gonna be. This is one of the ones I put a 2-day queen cell in. I quit checking them down here the other day because my 2-day queen cells wasn't doing so great. I didn't check the ones on this end. We'll check this one and see. Just see real quick what they get. Doesn't look great. There's my cup. JZ, BZ base. Bunch of pollen. Yeah, they got cat brood. And I see eggs and larvae. So they've got a queen. Get off. Can't see she's really doing a great job. There ain't very many bees. And I don't see her. I don't know. We'll have to give them a little time and see what happens. If they don't take off, they'll be combined with another hive. Dead out. So my 2-day queen cell experiment didn't work out very well. This one here says has a lot of bees and some milk brood in the top. They should be doing okay. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. They filled it out. Too late in the year though to add a super, so this will be a good hive for next year. Next is my swarm trap. I'm thinking about combining my swarm trap with some of these 2-day queen cell experiments that didn't work so hot. Let's see what this next one looks like. There's my swarm trap. See if I can show you the front of it. Take y'all upside down for a minute. There's the front of my swarm trap. So those bees are doing good. Probably got a bunch of burr comb in there. See what that hive's doing next to them. Oh, this one had a laying worker. Yeah, they're not doing great. All right, this is one I'm going to combine. I'm sure they haven't, if they've got a laying worker, they haven't fixed it, because that's not what they do. So I'm going to take my good swarm trap, since it's right here beside them, and put in this deep box with good comb. And they'll utilize some of this honey and some of the field force that's still left in here. There's just not much you can do for a laying worker hive. Everybody talks about dumping them out, and the laying worker gets left behind because she don't know her way back to the hive, and all this stuff that you can do. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing you can do for them. Yeah, you can keep switching out, adding brood, and you basically just replace the hive, where you would have been better off just to leave that brood where it was at. We're just going to slide these over. I know that thing's full of burr comb. But we'll see. I'll take that out and leave us some room. And then I've got to go down and get the drill to get that top off. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I got my drill. I'll go ahead and smoke these. On the front, see what kind of mess I got in here. I'm gonna do it a little bit different this time. I always usually cut the burr comb off the bottom of them and rubber band them into frames. I might be making a mistake, but I put a second deep on here, and I'm gonna let that burr comb hang down in the bottom, and I think they'll draw it straight. And there's what we're looking at. I'm gonna let them, just put them in there, and I don't have to tear up their comb when I do it too. And we'll see how, do another experiment and see how it works. It's been hot the last few days. We've, this whole week is in the mid 90s. Saturday and Sunday is supposed to be 99. It's been very hot this week, and it's hot right now. It's about 10:30, and it's pretty hot already. Stand right in front of you where you can't see nothing. I made these swarm traps this year out of 1/2-inch plywood, and they've held up pretty good. They gotta have the paint on them. Right there, you can see what I got. Got some brood there at the bottom. Looks like I tore some off. Left some in there. See it come out that way. Put it in this way. Dang, I'm tearing off a bunch of brood. That's got honey on it. Just a shallow frame. Try to put them in the same order. Keep them in the same order that I took them out of. They've got so much in here that they've glued it all to the bottom too. There's most of it come out with that one. Another short frame. A little bit of bird comb, but not much. That's why you don't leave swarm traps set so long. This box is still full of bees. All right, so I'm gonna work these other bees over into this box and I'll be right back. All right, so we put all those bees into the big double, and we did the best we could to try to save as much brood as possible. So they got plenty of room now. I've saved as much of the comb as I could, and we'll have to let them sort it out. It's definitely a lot better than what they had, and they can get started toward filling up a double nuke and lasting through wintertime. So they're a lot better off now than what they were. So we'll see how they do. All right, the rest of these, it's starting to get hot, and I'm not sure there's a reason to even check them. This one had 3 frames. I'll check one more. I slid that one over to the center, so it's halfway between where the big box was and where the swarm trap was. So they'll find their way in a lot quicker, and they'll combine pretty easy. This one hadn't built up a lot either. These hives are going to need to be fed to build up some more. They haven't built up near enough. We had a good early spring, and it all happened early, and then it kind of quit. And I was thinking, and we did get some June flow. Hopefully you can see me. We did get some June flow, but not what I was expecting, and not what I thought I saw here a week or probably less. About 5 or 6 days ago, it looked like they were a lot fuller. They was really working on it, and they've been bringing stuff in, and they still are. So there's still hope. But we got the kids down from Iowa this week, so we'll spend some time with them and probably pull this honey off, whatever's on here off next week, and then we'll start treating and feeding pretty heavy to get them ready to go into winter. So that's where we're at. What's going on? You never know about these hives, no matter how long you've been doing it. You never know what you're going to find. All you can do is the best you can do. So that's what we're doing. A little bit frustrated, but it'd be all right. We still did good. So anyway, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next video.